Right, hey everybody, and welcome back to Cade's Comics. If this is your first time watching the channel, make sure you hit subscribe down below so you never miss another video. If it's not your first time watching the channel, welcome back, and I hope you enjoy this video like all of the others. In today, I've got my 2023 into 2024 collection haul for you guys. So this is essentially looking at all the books that I have on my shelves and how my collection has changed over the past year. I did a video looking at my collection in 2022, which will be linked up here. If you want to go and check that out, then you can see how the collection's changed, what books I've got rid of, what books I've kept, and also you'll be able to see what books are new as well. So in today's video, I'm going to be taking you through every single book I own and showing you all of my collection. Starting off up here, as I did last time, I've got all of my regular books that I really enjoyed reading. Since I last made the video, I've read all of these now. The cookbooks I have started using, I said in the last video, I don't use them because I hate cooking and I don't like it and it stresses me out. But I've started using them a little bit, so some of these like Leon vegan ones, I've actually started using them, which has been great. So yeah, get into that a little bit more. Going across, we've got a couple more recipe books. I've got my Scott Pilgrim books. This is Thor by Jason Aaron, volume 5. Oh yeah, volume 5. And then this is War of the Realms Omnibus. I was doing a massive read through of that, and then I don't know why I stopped reading volume 5 of that. I can't actually remember, but I need to do a video on that. So I'm going to go back onto that and then I'll do a big video on Jason Aaron's and War of the Realms. So expect that soon. Then moving on, I've got my Quentin Tarantino book, which I still haven't read. And then some of the main stuff that's changed up here, I've got my Lego and my figures and stuff. So one of my friends, Harry, got me this Spider-Man and Green Goblin statue that I really like. I've now got this Mandalorian Lego, which is really cool. It's also got, they sent me the wrong piece. So one of those, this one I think, is supposed to be grey or silver. Anyway, doesn't matter. Got my Teen Wolf and some Funko Pop things. And then this Lego DeLorean I built, which is really cool and I really, really like it. And then I've got a little Yoda over here. Anyway, get back to the books. So we go down here. I've got some books on the top that I need to organise and fit on the shelves. These books are here because I've read them recently and I've got an episode of 5 recent reads. These ones, the episode's gone live, so that'll be up here. And these Human Target ones, I'm going to do a review on those, so that'll be coming out very soon. Then going into the books, a lot of these stay the same. There's a couple little changes here and there. So Age of Ultron, Avengers vs. X-Men, Civil War, Hawkeye, that's all the same. Howard the Duck, I can't remember if I had there last time. I don't think I did. Since the last video, I've gone and I've read that and I really, really enjoyed it. And I have a review for that up here. Moon Knight's still the same. Original Sin is. Secret Invasion, I don't think was there before either. Again, read that since. Really enjoyed it. I haven't watched the TV show. Still just haven't watched it. So I might do a video or something on that, how that compares to the books, because I did really enjoy the book when I read it. It's quite a thick one. But I remember me and my girlfriend went to, I think like Manchester or something, and she was there for an interview. And anyway, I went and sat in like a Costa coffee and read that entire book in one sitting, and yeah, it was pretty good. Going across, we've got The Amazing Spider-Man by J. Michael Straczynski, Omnibus 1 and 2. Just love those. The first one especially, really good. Then Volume 2 is good. Second half of it's not as good as the first one, but it's still, it's okay. Then we've got the first 4 volumes of Jason Aaron's Thor run. Absolutely loved that. I really enjoyed all the stuff with Lady Thor, and yeah, some of that stuff that I read was really, really enjoyable. I just really loved it a lot, and I'd like to go back and read Volume 5, finish that off, and then read War of the Realms, because I was really excited to read that. I should really push myself to actually finish that. Human Target, I said, yeah, I need to do a review on that, so I'm going to keep that there for the time being. Destroyer was part of that 5 recent reads video. Vision, Wolverine, Batman Year 1, so now going into the DC stuff from Marvel. These, I don't think anything new has been added to this, so I think these are all still my DC books. Maybe Superman Secret Identity has, but I'm not entirely sure. So we've got the Batman Year 1 and 2, Killing Joke, Black Mirror, New 52 run. I'd really love to go back and revisit that. I should do a video revisiting that. If that's something you guys want to see, let me know down in the comments below, because I would genuinely really enjoy going back and reading that. Then Joker, Death of the Family, Kingdom Come, Superman Red Son, Secret Identity. Those 3, I guess 3, Kingdom Come's like a Superman book. Those three Superman stories, some of my favourite Superman books. I was really hesitant to get into Superman as a character, but absolutely loved it. Preacher, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know it's one of my favourite books. Last Man Omnibus, Why the Last Man Omnibus, first omnibus I actually ever owned, and yeah, really enjoyed that. I thought the story was great, and I've spoken about it multiple times on the channel. I really enjoyed it. I don't know whether or not to go down to carry on showing you books I've read, or to go across and show you some of the new books. I think we'll go across, and then I can mix in some of the books I haven't read and my newer stuff with the books that I have read, and mostly are still the same. So we'll go across here. We've got Oblivion Song 1, 2 and 3 in the hardback edition by Robert Kirkman. So all of this on this side are books I haven't read. All of this is stuff I have read. So a lot of these books here I'll be reading for the first time. Some of them I've already read, but I'd like to reread, or I've bought it in a new format and I always want to read them. So yeah. Oblivion Song 1 and 2 and 3. I should really read those, do a video on that, because I'd love to check that series out, actually. When I did my Beyond the Page for Robert Kirkman, I kind of discovered that series and read into it a little bit, and I thought it sounded really, really cool. So I don't know why I haven't checked it out yet. I think that's going to be the case for a lot of these books on here. I'm going to be like, that's really cool. I should read that. Moving on, Spider-Man 2099 and Spider-Verse Spider-Geddon are two very thick omnis that I should really check out. I recently had volume 2 from Forbidden Planet shipped. I think it's shipped now. I need to double check that, but that should be on its way. Spider-Verse Spider-Geddon, I want to check that out. Dan Slott's Spider-Man run. Then moving on to the Image, Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips stuff, we have Reckless, we have Destroy All Monsters, and we had Friend of the Devil. Reckless book 1 was the book I am doing the giveaway for when we hit 500 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, may as well subscribe. It's free and you can unsub at any time, and also you'll be entered in a chance to win Reckless book 1. Then crossover book 2. I've read book 1 and I read it a long time ago. I think I read it on my birthday. I remember being sat out in the garden when it was really sunny reading it, and then volume 2 didn't come out for a little while, so I picked that up. And then it's one of those where volume 2 comes out and you've read volume 1 so long ago that you're just like, I'll get around to it. But I'll probably reread that, because really enjoyed when I read that, Donny Cates's crossover. Animosity is another one I have been really excited to read for a little while, but haven't checked out yet. I've just not had time to read these. I don't know. I just feel like I've not had any time to read these. So Animosity, I'd love to check out. I heard about that a little while ago, and I really wanted to check it out. I heard it was really good, and then I haven't heard anything about it since. If you guys have read that, let me know down in the comments below, or if you guys have read any of these books, let me know down in the comments below what you thought, because I'd love to hear it. Superior Spider-Man, I'd love to read. A lot of the books that I haven't read, you can see I keep them in the cling film. I like to, 1, keep all of my books that I haven't read separate, and 2, it just like kind of preserves it while I'm not reading it, because I don't want to open it, not read it, and then actually just realize, you know what, maybe I'm never going to read it and get rid of it. You know, I might decide tomorrow Superior Spider-Man isn't for me and I want to get rid of it. It's already kind of wrapped, and so somebody would appreciate that more. I feel somebody buying it. Sleeper Omnibus is one that I'd love to check out. I recently went away and I really debated taking this on holiday with me. It's a very thick one, but I was like, no, I'm gonna take it with me. I'm gonna try and take it and read it there. I can't put this back in now with one hand. Okay, I'm back. I've got this book in there with one hand, and yeah, really wanted to take that on holiday with me, but I didn't. And the book that I ended up actually taking with me is that book right there, which is another Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips book, not Luther Strode, the one next to it. Stick around, because I'll show you what that one is and I'll tell you what I thought of it. I just warning you, I did absolutely love it, and so it'll be a very positive review. So yeah, Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips, Sleeper Omnibus. I just really love their stuff at the minute. I've not read everything they've ever done, but I have read little bits here and there, and I know everybody's a big fan of theirs, but I'm kind of feel like I'm discovering some of their stuff for the first time, and it's been really cool. So if you've got any recommendations for stuff that you want me to check out that I haven't got here, stuff like Pulp, or what's it, My Heroes Are Always Junkies or something, I haven't got books like that here, but if you think those are good and you think I'd like them, definitely leave me a comment down below telling me that, because I'll go and check them out. Moving on here, we have Die, volumes 1 through 4, which is the D&D series from Image Comics, which is kind of like Jumanji meets Dungeons and Dragons. Funnily enough, I actually had volumes 1, I think 1 and 2 beforehand, and when I was at university, I had a friend who was really into D&D and lent them to them, and then we ended up leaving uni, and I, kind of haven't really seen them since. So I rebought them, but it was fine because I'd read volume 1 before, really enjoyed it, so I knew buying the whole series would be something I'd be really interested in. So I'll be reading all of those and doing a video on those, definitely. Moving on, Something is Killing the Children. Very similar to Crossover Volume 2. Read volumes 1 through 3, and then volume 4 didn't come out for a little while, and then it did come out, and I thought, oh, well, I've read volumes 1 through 3 such a while ago that I need to go back and read that. The books up here are books that I need to read and will probably read as some of my next books. I have, weirdly enough, I don't know why I have these, but I have Chew volumes 3 and 4, but not volumes 1 and 2. I think maybe I must have just seen those at a good price and I intended to pick up 1 and 2 later down the line, but I haven't done that yet. So I should check those out, definitely. We've got Low as well by Rick Remender, which is a series I've heard of before. I've heard that's quite good. So I'm going to check those out as well. I might do individual videos on these like different series that have got a few books in them. So like I might do an Oblivion Song video. I know this is not all the books for Reckless, but might do a Reckless video. Die, Low, stuff like that. Then we'll come back down here. We've got Sweet Tooth Compendium by Jeff Lemire. This was one I bought after I saw the Netflix series, or season 1 of the Netflix series. I'd always heard about it and I'd always kind of been a bit standoffish of it, but I finally watched the Netflix series and I quite enjoyed it. And so then when I saw this, I think I got it on sale. Don't know if I kept the sale sticker on it. No, I don't seem to have. But I got that on sale, and yeah, I really was happy when I saw that, so I wanted to give it a read. I think I bought that the same time I bought It's Lonely at the Centre of the Earth for my birthday that year. So I really should get around to these. A lot of these books I've had on here for quite a while, and I'm like, yeah, I'll get around to that, but I really need to just be like, right, that is the next book I'm reading. That's the book I'm reading. I think the problem is that I think I'll read Animosity next, and I'll read Oblivion Song next, and I'll read Low next, and I'll read Sweet Tooth next. But then I kind of don't actually go to it because I'm like, oh, okay, well, I've got this book next and this book next. So if I think Animosity is the next book I'm going to read, I will read that and get a review out. I think that's probably the best way to do it, and then actually get through all of my backlog. So yeah, that's probably the way I'm going to do it going forwards. Maniac in New York is another one. Volume 1 came out a while ago. I think Volume 3 is out now as well. So I'm probably going to wait for that, reread 1, read 2 and 3. Marvel's Omnibus, fuck's sake, Marvel Zombies. I love the episode of the What If, and I'm really excited for the show. And this Omnibus, I've read multiple volumes of. I think there's more stuff collected in here than what I've read. So there will be some new stuff in there for me. Really excited for that. Amazing Spider-Man Beyond. I don't even know which Spider-Man book that is, honestly. I ordered it just because it's a Spider-Man Omni. I should really take a second and just be like, right, what Spider-Man books am I actually owning here? Criminal is another one I need to get the rest of the books for. Another Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips one. Spider-Man by Roger Stern. I read 2 or 3 issues of that. I remember in my 2022 library collection video, I had this book out and I was like, yep, I'm currently reading that. And since it's gone on this shelf and I haven't progressed any further with it, so I need to read that. Shirtless Bear Fighter 2 is another one. Volume 1 was so long ago, I need to reread that. Right, let's get down. I can stop whinging about the stuff I haven't read and I can show you more of the stuff I have read. So we've got down here, My Friend Dharma. We've got Spencer and Locke 1 and 2. I'd forgotten about those. Those are so good, Spencer and Locke 1 and 2. I really hope they release a third one of that sometime soon, Action Labs, because that was so good. I'd forgotten about that. The Man Who Fucked Up Time. I really like that. I remember I think I'd spoken about it in a 5 recent reads. It might be episode 4 or 5 of that. Yeah, really enjoyed that. Maniac of New York Volume 1, really enjoyed. Naughty List was one I read recently actually, and was one I was going to do a video on. I was thinking about doing a Christmas video or something, and I even spoke about it in my, I think, June haul, and then obviously I took the extended period of time off. I read that over Christmas, and I'm still not really sure what I thought about it. It wasn't as good as... Where's the other one I have? It's, is it Last Christmas, the other one I have? It wasn't as good as that. It was kind of weird, and it also led into a sequel, which, as far as I'm aware, there's no sequel to it. So maybe I should give that one a reread or something and see if I want to keep it. Something is Killing the Children, volumes 1, 2, and 3 there. I have read those, and I really enjoyed them, but I'm going to reread them, and I'm going to then read volume 4. Lady Killer by Jolie Jones. I've done a review on that. You can see my in-depth thoughts up here. Try and put my finger on the screen here if you want to see that. Another series that's really cool. It's about a female assassin in the, I think, 50s and 60s. Yeah, it's a really interesting book, and I hope it gets made into a film or a show sometime. Then we've got The Boys, which, you know, I'm really excited for season 4. Cannot wait for that. Homelander, I feel like he's definitely going to end up becoming the president on that show or something. The Boys, Dear Becky, which was the sequel. I think it's set like 10 years after. Dragon Hoops is another one that I was going to do a review on. Read that in Greece when I went on holiday and absolutely loved it. As someone that's watched like a couple games of basketball but never been that into it, I kind of really empathise with the character that also knew nothing about basketball going in, but then it's this story about how this basketball team is coached by him all the way through, and it's so good. Killing and Dying and Shortcomings, both by Adrian Tomin. I need to get their other books because I love those. I keep thinking about them so much, like just the slice of life kind of things, and I just really enjoy them. Battle Pope 1 through 4, some of the first stuff Robert Kirkman did. I went back and read that after Invincible, and it's just, I don't know what I think of it. It's good, but it's kind of very, like, of its time, I will say. Buzzkill and Crossover 1 by Donny Cates. I read those after I did my Beyond the Page episode on him, and they're really good. Buzzkill, there's another book that he's done, and I can't remember what it's called. I'll probably throw a picture on screen or something. I think it's like Paybacks or Is it Paybacks? I can't remember. But I need to check that out. Then Firepower Book 1. I really enjoyed this when I read it. And then I don't know if the series took a break or if there was just nothing else out after this book came out, but I wanted to read more, and I don't remember there being anything more. I know now there are a couple more issues, but I don't think they've been collected even in trades, never mind this hardback book. So I might wait for another hardback book of that to come out, reread volume 1, and then read that. Then we have The Fix, which is there by Nick Spencer. Really love that. That's a great kind of detective story set in the 70s in LA, and it's it's just a fun one. It's really cool. But again, another one that I want a sequel to, or like a 4th volume. Then we got God Country and I Hate This Place. God Country was good. A lot of people say it's one of the best things Donny Cates has done, and I don't think it is. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fine, but I think he's definitely done better things. I Hate This Place was one I loved. That's about 2 women that move into a haunted farm, I think, if I can remember that rightly. They move onto like a haunted farm, and basically all of this terrible shit starts going wrong, and it's them having to live there, and hence the name, I Hate This Place. I really want to read a volume 2 of that, actually. Invincibles 1 through 3, I've got videos on those, and yeah, just my favourite story of all time. Kill or Be Killed, I've got a review on that, I think. Yeah, I've done a review on that. Another one, amazing. Last Christmas, there we go, that's the book I was talking about. This is the one where Santa is basically doesn't want to go on anymore, and there's still one kid that believes in him, keeping him alive, and the world's ended, and it's an insane book, so I'll definitely do a video on that sometime around Christmas. Then one of my other favourite Image comics that I would, I think I'll just end up rereading this, is Luther Strode. Just an amazing series. Absolutely adored that when I was reading it. I've spoke about it in videos. When I was reading that, I would literally be at work counting down the hours till I could go home and finish reading that. So good. Then the book that I took with me was Night Fever by Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. This is one of, I think at the minute, it's their newest stuff, because I think they've got something else coming out later this year. It's a detective kind of book. It reminded me a lot of Fight Club, and it reminded me kind of American Psycho as well. it's a weird kind of story of somebody going on holiday and getting mixed in with things they shouldn't be mixed up in, and all of these events unfold that kind of lead them to, you know, committing various crimes. I don't want to say anything more, but yeah, it goes to places I wasn't really expecting it to go to. I was kind of expecting more of a thriller detective story, and it is that to an extent, but it's very different. Then we've got Hellboy library editions 1 through, what have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then Hellboy in Hell. That is all of them, I think. That is all of them, right? I'll do a video on these because I've had these in my collection for quite a while, and they've currently just been sat here taking up all this room, so I'd love to do a video going through that. Strange Adventures is on the top here, which is one of the newest books I've picked up. Picked that up in my most recent haul. Excited to read that because, yeah, Tom King's Vision Run, which is up there, I really enjoyed, and a lot of the other stuff, well, what else have I read that Tom King's done? Can't remember. But the Vision Run is amazing. Really enjoyed that, and so I'm looking forward to Strange Adventure. Then just got some classics here that I need to read, which is Dark Knight Strikes Again and The Dark Knight Returns. So obviously, you know, I've got Batman Year One up there and Killing Joke and stuff like that. So, you know, it's good to have Batman kind of classics as a Batman fan. I need to go back and read a Batman book. I feel like I haven't read one for ages. Deadpool volumes 1, 2, and 3. You know what I might do is read these before Deadpool and Wolverine comes out later this year in July. Try and get a video out ahead of that because I'll push myself to read these again. I like making these videos because it's a lot of me going through being like, oh, I should read that, I should read that. Here we've got Legacy Part 1 and 2, which are Batman books from the Eagle Moss collection. So, don't really know anything about what that's about, but you know what? I'll give it a read. Why not? At least I'll say I will, and it'll sit on my shelf. Then we've got Batman and Robin Eternal Part 1 and 2, and over here we've got Batman Eternal 1 through 4. I would love to go through and do a big read of those. And then we've got the hardback stuff of the New 52 Batman run. So I've got, this is the stuff after, well, I don't want to spoil anything about the New 52 run, but something happens in Endgame in that, and then maybe somebody else becomes Batman, and this is that kind of section of that. So it's cool that I've got those in hardback, I think, because it seems like a very different story to me. Then we've got the Walking Dead books 1 through 7. Would love to get all of those and then just do a big read of that, because I read originally, I think, up to the Whisperer's War in the trade paperbacks, and I really, really enjoyed it. And so I'd love to actually revisit that and go back. Southern Bastards book 1. When I did my Jason Aaron's Beyond the Page, this was one I heard of, and I thought, oh, I should check that out. I think I'd really like that. So that's why I've got that there. Then we'll go down here to the bottom shelf. I've got Outcast book 1 through 4, which I had the Outcast series in trade paperbacks originally, and then I upgraded to this because I fucking love that series so much. Paper Girls there, which is another amazing one. I did a video saying about my top 5 non-superhero comics. I'll link that up at the top, and that was on there because it's so good. Scene of the Crime. Which one is that? I don't even remember reading that. Oh, I know, I do remember reading this now. Yeah, I'd completely forgotten about this. Yeah, that was a really cool, interesting one that I'd got. I think I read that after I read Kill or Be Killed. Remember, it was good. Maybe I should go back and revisit that. Okay, carry on here. We've got Shirtless Bear Fighter 1, which I said I need to go back and read. All the Kick-Ass books. So Kick-Ass, Kick-Ass 2 Prelude, Hit Girl, Kick-Ass 2, Kick-Ass 3. I really enjoyed all of those. I haven't read any of the newer stuff about Hit Girl or where the story continues after that. Nemesis, I don't know if I like that book, and could probably get rid of that, to be honest. I don't really think I want to keep. I don't know if I want to keep that. I should go through my collection and decide if I want to keep that or not. Superior, which I enjoyed more than Nemesis. I think I enjoyed more than Nemesis. That's just very, very Shazam-like. Then we've got a couple books from the Eagle Moss collection and a couple of the Marvel books. So Craven's Last Hunt there, Spider-Man Blue, Hush Part 1, Part 2, Last Son of Krypton, Tower of Babel, Superman Secret Origin, and then Birthright 1 and 2, which are all great books. And I should probably upgrade these from this format into a paperback or another hardback edition, because it's great to like have the the spines show what they are as well, I think. I think the problem with these Eagle Moss books are they're good for exploring new series, but if you only have partial spines and stuff, it can look a bit funny at times. Last one we've got here is Gotham After Midnight, which I did a video on. I think that was one of my first reviews I actually ever uploaded to the channel. That's the jacket for Roger Stern's Spider-Man. Then we've got Spider-Man Ben Reilly Volume 1 here, which I'm really actually excited to read that. I've got Volume 1 of Ben Reilly and Volume 1 of the Clone Saga, and I am really excited to read that. I need to get Volume 2 of both. Then we've got Bendis's Ultimate Spider-Man 1 through 3. Cannot wait for Volume 4 to come out. I've been saying since Volume 1 came out, as soon as I have all of them, I'm going to do a massive read-through of all of them and just experience that story in one go. I can't wait for it. We've got Miles Morales Spider-Man Omnibus 1 and 2 there, which follows on. Then we have Amazing Spider-Man by Nick Spencer and Ryan Ottley. I'm so excited for that because Ryan Ottley's art, I'm hoping it'll fit Spider-Man really well and be quite good. Loved it in Invincible and other stuff I've seen him do, so hoping that Spider-Man suits him well. House of M, this is just a classic that I would love to read, go through. Jupiter's Legacy 1 through 3. I would like to get all of the trades for that and then do a big read of that. Nightfall 1, 2, and 3, and the prologue there. It's a kind of story that is very similar to Clone Saga in the way that it's divisive. A lot of people say it's not great, and some people really stand by it. I'd love to read it and have my own thoughts about it, see what I think. The Witcher here we've got, which I seem to have just had this book forever. I should definitely read through this, and yeah, some of the Dark Horse books I've got, like Hellboy, The Witcher, I'd love to read, just sit and read through one day. Spider-Man by Chip Zddarsky, this is one I've updated to since the last video. I had the trade paperbacks for this series in my last video, but since I've gone back and got the Omni. Clone Saga, Dial H, Deluxe Edition. I tried to read that a little while ago. I think I tried to read that last summer. I remember sat in a park reading this, and I don't know why I stopped reading it. I don't think I really got on with it well enough, so I should go back, try and read more of that. Thor: Mighty Heroes Return by Dan Jurgens and John Romita Jr. This was one that I got on a deal for like 30 quid, this book, so it was really hard not to pick that up. So after I finish my Jason Aaron's War of the Realms read up there, I'll go through and read some classic Thor stuff. Hulk, Planet Hulk, I'm going to wait until World War Hulk comes out and then read those both back to back. What If 1 and 2, yeah, excited for that. I think I'll just go through and just read some odd stories here and there and just see kind of what's about. Batman by Tim Sale and Batman by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. I read Dark Victory and Long Halloween, but I haven't read Catwoman When in Rome, and some of the other stuff that's in there, so I'm really excited to read that. Rick Grimes 2000 will probably just be one I read after I've reread The Walking Dead. It's very thin, that. It's like a 1-2 issue hardback. Then we've got Legacy Part 3, which belongs up there, and Watchmen, which is again another classic I have. So that's all the books I have. My not read pile seems to be growing more and more each day, so I should definitely get on that and get to reading those. But I just thought I'd do a little video updating. It's been a year, a little bit longer now since the last one, so I just wanted to kind of go through. I think we'll probably make this an annual thing, going through, seeing how the collection evolves and changes over the years, and seeing if I ever manage to get this not read pile down. So if anyone's still watching, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you've stuck around this long, go ahead and hit subscribe down below so you never miss another video. And yeah, check out some of my other videos if you want to see more of this collection and how I got it, and maybe some of me talking about it. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Thanks so much guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Bye guys, bye.